Well, when you ask a teacher, what's the hardest thing about teaching? A lot of times the answer is the parents.
Yeah, it is. So this morning, we're going to get some expert advice on how parents and teachers can partner effectively for student success throughout the entire year. Joining us this morning is Caitlin Cook, a teacher. She's been a teacher for about 10 years now, and Sonali Singh, a parent. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so Caitlin, we'll start with you. Tell us some tips that you would say is the best way to build that relationship.
Yeah, so you know how important that relationship is, and you're going round 2 now with Caitlin.
Yeah, a great round 2.
Extremely important.
So why did you want to make sure that you had Caitlin for a teacher again?
You know, it's like any other relationship, important relationship in life. It's the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So that's why it was so important to create that connection with your child's teacher. We've really grown to understand my children's behavioral patterns, their learning styles, strengths and weaknesses, and that's really helped us support them and guide our children at home.
Yeah.
Now, Caitlin, let me ask you, is there a fine line between a parent writing in, calling, texting too much and being involved just the right amount? Because, like, you know, my wife and I say, well, is it at the first thing we want to check in, but like, how many check-ins are? Okay, now you guys are checking in too much, right?
Yes, of course. At the Village School, we 100% would rather our parents be over-involved than under-involved. Again, there just can't be enough said about a child because what Sonali sees at home is different than what I see in the school. Of course, you want to have healthy boundaries. Maybe we shouldn't be texting each other, but reaching out on appropriate platforms and being able to just have access to one another is really important.
As a parent, Sonali, how have you seen that for your children? Just having that connection, how has it benefited them?
You know, it's so amazing that as parents, we think we know so much about our children, but from personal experience, I have learned so much about my 2 boys that I had never seen being a parent through the teacher's perspective. There was a very recent example a couple of weeks ago where my son came home, my youngest, currently in her class right now, who came home and said, "Mom, can I share my big feelings with you?" And that's not a normal term that we use at home. So I messaged her the next day and I asked her, what do big feelings mean and how should I listen or how should I help him at home? So she explained it to me and we thought it was so amazing that we started implementing that at home.
So as a parent, we can be open to learning as well in this in this exchange.
I think one of the most important things to remember is that everyone is fallible, and parenting and child rearing is so difficult that you need all hands on deck, right? And the biggest lesson we want to teach our kids is that it's okay to make mistakes, how to overcome those mistakes, and how to move forward from them. And the best way to show them is by modeling it between the teacher and the parent. So being vulnerable, giving grace to each other, and being honest and open.
And we should expect and accept a certain amount of a different kid at home versus school. I mean, I feel like that's pretty normal. Like, you know, my teenage son comes home from a friend's house and the parent says, "Oh, he was so well behaved. Oh, he emptied the dishwasher," whatever it was. It's like, well, I can't get him to do that. But, so we expect a certain amount of that.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I can tell you right now that there will be behaviors that I will bring up to parents and they'll be like, "That's never happened at home." And the same thing vice versa. They'll talk about things. The other day, Sonali just came home and she messaged me and she said, "Shori has been showing these behaviors at home." And I said, "I haven't seen that yet. But now that I know that they're happening at home, I can expect them. And if they happen in the classroom, I'm more than prepared."
Yeah. What do you say to parents at home who, you know, what's the first step? Should they just call you? Should they try to have a lunch date with you? Should they just come visit to school?
Just visiting to school, messaging your teacher and being like, "I want to read a book to the class. I want to be able to come in and support in a lesson in any way. Is there any opportunity for that?" And the teacher will most likely always have open arms because the more involved we are, the better it is for the child.
And you agree with that?
Absolutely. I would really highly encourage all parents to get involved with their respective schools. We're so fortunate at the Village School to be provided with so many avenues to reach out and partner with our teachers. And it's actually really inspired me to go on. I I joined the VESPA board, which is our PTO and our school, and you get to be a liaison between your parents and your teachers. So, she's really inspired me from day one, and it's been amazing.
So you're helping other parents, I guess, in that sense.
Absolutely. And, my motto to them is raise the hand, make the time, and get involved.
Yeah, the more questions we ask, the more we're involved, the more we're in our kids' business.
Exactly, yes.
I love being all up in their business, don't you?
Always stay in their business. Oh my goodness. Yes, Caitlin Sonali, thank you so much for
Thanks.
joining us.
Thank you
so much.